And when we're talking about mobile environments, we really have to test for them. And probably my favorite way to test is using Chrome and right-clicking and going to inspect. And it's going to bring up this inspector. And this is really nice. And there's a little button up here at the top. It says Toggle Device Toolbar. And when I select that, it allows us to feed in different size devices. So I can feed in an iPhone 10, or I could feed in an iPad, and it would emulate what that would look like on an iPad. Or I can feed in an iPad Pro if I wanted to, and kind of visually see what my page is going to look like on different devices. You can also just, in general, just use responsive sizing, or just even resize your page too, to kind of emulate what that would look like. But there's other tools out there. One tool we can also use inside of Inspector. If I go to this page and I inspect it, and I click this little thing here on the side, and I go to Audits, you can also run a report on your page, and it will test it to see how well it responds to different environments. And we're running it for a mobile device, and we'll get some data on it here in a second. Looks like it's having a problem, and come back with it. Another thing we can use while that's pulling up is this Google mobile friendly test, and you can run your site in it, and it will test it against a mobile environment and see how close items are together, and kind of give you some recommendations there. There's actually quite a few different things you can test, but you can see in this one here, we didn't do very well on performance, and it will look at why things are for off-screen images, remove unused CSS. So there's a lot of different things it can look at, and we could dig down to each of these quite a bit, but this is one thing you can do just to look at your site really fast to see how well it does load. So those are a few things you can do to help test your site out and see if you can get that running a little bit faster, and it seems to help quite a bit.